All right. Hopefully, we're off to the races, and hopefully the mic is working this time. It looks like it's registering at least some sound on my end, so I hope that you guys can hear me and that it's not registering sound. And I'm talking to myself, but I'm kind of used to talking to myself, so it's not a big deal. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I know Midnight Hunt has kind of run its course, but and Crimson Vow is just around the bend with spoilers beginning tomorrow, I want to say. Um, both positive and a negative there. Um, the dog is very good. This Angel Fire is also good. Uh, we're, I mean, black can pair better with colors than the. I mean, I've won games with this card by itself. The problem is black white or a red white. Sorry, is a very difficult color pairing to make happen. It just is. Like black can pair with green. It can pair with white. It can pair with red. Although I think black red is the weakest of the black color pairings. Um, and it can pair with blue. So, like in that sense, I am absolutely fine with black. I'm fine with the ambush, but I'm fine with these two cards in and of themselves. The mentor gives you two bodies, that basically buffs your team. That's just straight removal. I'm going to take the straight removal, but in the with the expectation that it doesn't yield or wheel, sorry. Yield wheel, same word. Come back around. Ooh, Flesh Taker. Hello. Let's see if we can end up in black white. We'll see. But yeah. Yep. And I did start the new job, and so that's gonna eat my time and effort. I don't know if I really want to do it though. And I've been struggling a lot. It's been quite the struggle. I'll take the zombie, but I do like the one card. I mean, you probably take the Rotten Revival, but I'll take Cathartic. Yeah, I need a hug. Just any support that you viewers, whether you're viewing on Facebook or whether you're viewing on Twitch, or YouTube after the fact. I mean, I'll be specific there and just say after the fact because I understand, like, that not everybody is available right this second to view, comment, and watch, but I'm just gonna vent for a little bit because I figure that's just a good way to stream since I don't think anyone interacts with me anyway. Um, and that's just to say that while I did get this new job and this new job, at least monetarily speaking, is promising. Um, it's with Roseville Toyota. It's a car salesman, and I just don't feel comfortable doing that. It's it's the kind of job that just requires a high school diploma, and You know, I know that's not a bad thing, but I have a college degree. I went to college to learn the sciences, and unfortunately, positions you know, um, haven't fallen into my lap. The jobs just aren't there, despite what you see on the news, where it's like, oh, the labor market is short. I mean, maybe just the restaurant and service industry is short, and that's kind of where the issues lie. The actual reality of it is a lot different, and I, I I have been unable to find one, and I'm grateful for the car salesman job that I got offered, but like I'm saying here, like I don't really want it. But I also don't know what I would do without it. I mean, go back to the drawing board, I suppose, but they're under no obligation to pay me, and I'm under no obligation to keep showing up if that's the case. But it's just like all of last night in anticipation of like having of today being like my second day at work. Um, I was just having suicidal thoughts and feelings, and it's just not. Uh, as my spouse will tell you, it's just because I read reviews, and the reviews are negative in the sense of people that work there. And maybe the company's gotten better, but it really is just hard. And hopefully, I'm making that evident. You know, again, I know nobody cares, but for real, like I'm struggling with that reality of earning a science degree and working a sales job, uh and just not happy offered your way it was because it's a job. I mean, yeah, sure, Evolving Wilds actually isn't bad. I mean, you don't want to draw it as your fifth land or your sixth land, but it's deck thinning and it gives you a shuffle. We don't have anything that's double black or double white. Or no, we do have a double black, but by that time, I would expect to have a second swamp. Anyway, I'll get off the depression for a little bit because I'm sure that's not why the couple of you that have tuned in. I'm sure that's not what you're here to do. You're here to learn about magic, watch magic, and not listen to me ramble about my problems and my depression and anxiety. And it's just a conversation I'll have to have with my spouse. I don't like any of these, but I mean, I like the Grave Titan, but I also don't like the Grave Titan. And then Hobbles was the other card. I forget what the Loading Ready Run nickname for it was. Feel like it should have been like buy one get one free. Brutal Cathar is a very good card, and I don't need to be in red. That's just removal. I take the Siege Zombie over the third Clarion Cathar. But we're just gonna go wide and hope that we get there. Oh, that's removal. Sorry, I was looking at all these down here, and not the uncommon. The uncommon is on color. It's removal. It's what we need. But probably Novice Occultist or Candlegrove Witch. I mean, the Interloper's good, but it's not that good. But we definitely have all these things that we can sacrifice, and then maybe take out a Cathar Commando. Because the Occultist would be better served than the Commando. There's a third Fleshtaker. Oh boy. I'm going to take Crawl from the Cellar instead of third Fleshtaker. I don't think we're that... I don't think we need 3 Fleshtakers. The Siege Zombie is probably the better card. Mob actually isn't bad considering we have all this sacrifice synergy. But I think I'm going to go with Occultist. Because Occultist is card draw. Like, it's just a 1-2 that you're willing to throw under the bus. I'm going to put that Ritual Hope in the board and think about it. Oh, there is another Siege Zombie, so it doesn't matter that we passed 1. Because it came back. No one's in white-blue. I mean, someone's definitely in white. This is more of a mono-black deck than a white deck. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the Audrix Outrider is kind of like an unruly mob. Yeah. Oh, there's a Thraben Exorcism. That's one way to get rid of an enchantment. I think I've only used one on an enchantment. Once ever. Alright. I think Ritual of Hope, because what's my creature count? 17, yeah. Is probably what I'm going to do, because Ritual of Hope, I think we'll have Coven no problem. And it's just a good card, like, considering how wide we can go. 2 zombies here. 2 human tokens here. That one can leave a zombie behind. So, I don't know. I think that's the better card versus, say, another body. I mean, we have 17. I can take out a Commando and play the third Clarion Cathar again, just as a body. Because, I mean, 2 drops I think were okay on them, in fairness. I mean, I don't think we also... On the one hand, I also don't think we need 5 4s, but I guess. And it's not like I'm going to use the Cathar Commando to great value anyway, so I don't know, we'll give it a shot. Let's face it, black-white got us to the... Black-white is the one deck that I can get a 7x with. Because it's the only color pairing that I have gotten a 7x with. But I may have gotten one with like blue-black. But I think 7x is like the only time that I've been able to... I did that on purpose, because if he blocks, I can sacrifice the Novice Occultist and kill the Alchemist. Oh, fun. Yeah, give yourself haste, I suppose, but And I won't block you. Why would I block you? Absolutely no reason to do so. I'll continue to hold up the sack. The cat is meowing. So I'd be the namesake of the channel. He just really wants to go outside. That's fine. I mean, it doesn't matter that much, but... Okay. Eaten alive? Yep. That's fine with me. Well, good for you. No. Your move. So how much removal are you packing? And I mean, the Reckless Stormseeker is a good card. All right. Okay. That's kind of annoying. But here we go. There's something to be said for holding up two spells or waiting until you can cast two spells just because of the fact that you can then flip it to today, and flipping it today would allow the Brutal Cathar / Moonrage Brute to eat the Dreadhound and get it off the battlefield. So that's not good, because that's a flyer. So tell you what, I lose 2 life, but potentially I put some stuff on the battlefield. So no. Draw a Cathar Commando, sure. And then I draw a Diagraph Horde. Okay. I'll take the Thermo Alchemist and the other creature just because. And then I'll take that just because. And then I'll take that. Slide it under. Slide it under. There we go. I go to 2. Oh, you son of a... Oh... Of course. Yep. Well, now we lost. Okay. It doesn't matter because they get us on the trades here. Blah. Blah, 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 blah. It's a sorcery anyway. So we would still lose. Because the decayed tokens all die. It doesn't matter. I got nothing. It all goes on the stack simultaneously, so... Doesn't matter. This is me committing suicide. Which is what I tried to do last night. Hey, sadness goes on the stack. Yep. If only that was a Ritual of Hope. I mean, I guess I could have sacked something, but I know but at the same time, no, I needed all those creatures. So, for a scry, I needed to get Ritual of Hope instead of Sunset Revelry. Because that would have won us the game. That would have won us the game. Or still having a dual craft. So Crawl from the Cellar might have done it too. Because then I could just give something double strike. Something random. But then they probably just block that thing. So I don't know. I don't know how that necessarily breaks down. Droop Dog and Lara Croft. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, I asked the question to you guys in chat whether you wish to interact or not. But, you know, I'll ask the question because that's what I do. And the question is, you know, do you take a job that you're not fond of, you are kind of embarrassed about and anxious about, and effectively hate? Well, hate yourself for taking it. Let me put it that way. You don't necessarily hate the job, but you're mad at yourself for accepting it. But do you do that just because, you know, it's beneficial to you, it's lucrative, it's a job, right? That draws me a card and gets me 2 tokens, so I'll do it. But yeah, do you take all those negatives? So with all those negatives, do you accept the job and keep doing it just because it's beneficial? Or do you say, you know what, I can hold out a little bit longer, make decent money, you know, not great money, but decent money, and as a result, you know, I'll be happier in the long run because I can spend more time, not money, with those that I care about, and, you know, it just may be a couple of years longer before you're in the financial position you want to be. So I know that was a long question, but Hopefully it makes sense. No reason. Do something you... Basically the question is, do something you hate for the money, or do something you like because you're going to enjoy it a lot more. It just doesn't pay. Not much does, to be honest, but... Yeah, that's fine. So what do you guys think about that? You know, that's the honest question. You don't have to interact with me in the chat. Many people don't, but I am paying attention to it. So that's what I'm saying. Do you want to do a crappy, or well, what you personally view as to be a crappy job, but it pays, or do you hold out for a job that you'd enjoy a lot more? I'm gonna let that question stew, but because think about it. I mean, and what's also implied in this question is, which is why I say think about it. Excuse me. Is like the people who work on. Oh, he's scooping. Well, I was gonna run to the restroom anyway. But let's think about it. The people who work on like wind turbines, the technicians who do that for a living, they make six figures, and I'm sure it's a regular 9 to 5. Whereas what I'm doing isn't necessarily a regular 9 to 5. But because car salesman positions are damned if you do, damned if you don't, in terms of the hours. You know, putting in the work gets you a lot of money. Not putting in the work gets you fired. But it's like, yeah, do you want something that's just going to wear you out but pay you well, or do you want something that it's like, I can kind of relax at home and still cook dinner and see my family, but I'm going to go to the restroom. But, stew on that question while I run to the restroom. So we'll take a brief break while I run to the restroom. Alright, and we're back. So, bad job, high pay, good job, low pay. What's the decision? What's the verdict? Come on, Droop Dog and Lara Croft. Let me know in the comments. Or just pick me up and say, you're doing a great job streaming, but you still have much to learn. And we want you to keep doing this. Yippee. Skippy. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Most of our deck are 2-drops anyway, so. I don't mind burning the Evolving Wilds on turn 1 where it doesn't hurt us. It hurts us on all those future turns. Let's see. That's just a 3/3 that exiles. Bleh. I mean, I'll play a Death Toucher. Because you can't really swing into the Death Touch. And then if he's got removal, I have this to remove it. Yeah, of course he's got removal. I mean, that's the gamble, but I felt like that was a worthy enough gamble. To be like, alright. What do you got? Alright, Clarion Cathar. Can still block. I always lose to this card. Like, and the one time we went 7x was because we had this card. Like, it is a very good card. Like, a Ward of discard a card is quite good. Alright, what do you got? You gotta use your combat trick, otherwise I'm willing to trade for it. Alright, you shrunk it. Alright, the spells are out of your graveyard. I'm still willing. I'm throwing everything that I can at it before using the Brutal Cathar to eat it, because, which is what I'm just going to have to do right now. Just because I'm trying to exhaust all of his removal. And it looks like I can't realistically do that, so alright, here we go. Like, yes, I'm sure I want to target that. Yes, I will discard a card, pitch a land. Let's go. Yeah. Let it happen. Let it happen. Because if he wants to recast it... Yep, there we go. Okay. And then we battle back. Flyers are a no-no. Flyers are a big no-no. These big creatures we can step in front. Like, it is very easy to step in front. Go wide. I can still sack things and make things bigger if I need to. Okay. I guess he's done the calculation. Alright. Sack. No, we don't really need a swamp on top. Sack. And no, we don't really need a plains on top. Still an 8-7. Okie dokie. I'm the product of the Queen's Navy. I meant to tap, but it's alright. I did that on purpose. Okay. I forgot I don't have the flesh taker on the battlefield anymore. So I was like, oh, I'll just do that. One consumed bird. Scoop. Getting the diamond is its own challenge. Getting the diamond is its own challenge. I've only been there once before, and that was literally last month, so last season. And then um, but maintaining it now is its own challenge. And you don't fall out of diamond, but you know what I'm trying to say, in the sense that once you're there, like you don't fall out, but you're trying to do well. So, you want to be successful, and so it's just you want to go climb up the rank, but it's very difficult to climb up the rank there. That's a better way of phrasing it. Da, 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 da. It's very easy to get stuck. And so we're only 2 ticks up the ladder, so to speak. Well, I could cast it and just not flip it. But yeah, then I have to discard. Okay. Pitch a land. I just didn't want it to go to nighttime. It's gonna take me a while to unflip from nighttime. So be it. Drew a card and got it back to daytime. Yeah. Take the 1. It's only 1. Sure. Exile my own lands. I probably should have just selected 0. Excuse me. Had to sneeze. Had to sneeze on that one. The Outrider's fine, because it starts to go off. Get rid of the disturbed creature. Silversmith. Sure. I can just camp and continue to go wide. Alright. Suit yourself. There we go. Okay. He's not in black, so we'll wait a turn. I'm not worried about discard. And then we'll just flunge on in. Knowing that they're not in black. Okay. And as of right now, we have Coven. Yeah, I don't think... I was like, what are you doing? Alright, you keep your bird tamer or bird admirer alive. But beyond that, what are you doing? Because I didn't think that 8 life would have been enough to save him. And even if it was, we had a turn that we could play with. Daytime, nighttime. All blue can do is bounce it, and green can duel with dominance it. But otherwise, they're two colors not known for their ability to deal with a creature like that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Unfortunately, he forces me into like not going to nighttime because I want to be able to just constantly flip between day and night, especially with this Brutal Cathar. But again, not the end of the world. So. Yep, draw a card, discard a card. You got it. You got it. Sure, I can actually cast like the Hobbling Zombie and that, and then put a counter on the Hobbling Zombie, but I'm not. I don't think I'm that desperate. Unless you have a. Yeah, I was like, unless you have a duel with Dominance or a Geist Wave, I don't think you can attack into me. I mean, realistically. Alright. Mm-hmm. I'd much rather us get a Plains. Okay, then get a... It doesn't matter. Alright. Let it happen. But yeah, we're digging... Well, there's a Scawbringer. That's annoying as all hell. But I guess I just flip it tonight and then flip it back today if I can get a Plains off the deck. Or a Rite of Oblivion. Maybe I did want that land then. They'll tap something down. I have the Cathar Commando. We bought him to swap. That would have let us cast the Dreadhound. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. It's got an army of little flyers. That they can all attack in, sure. As annoying as it is that they're drawing cards off of the Archive Haunt, I think I just get rid of the Scob, because the Scob is going to annoy us far more overall. It's like, alright, and then it's just, how do I deal with... Well, I mean, I don't need to deal with a bunch of small flyers if I can get a big enough board going, but same deal. It's like, how do I deal with this mess? Choosing not to attack, which is bold. Cathar. Cathar. Draw. Draw. If you're playing counterspells, you could have done that. No. No card draw for you. Big old dude, alright. Tiggles and Biggles. We don't get the life, but we get the card. I didn't realize our opponent's life total was so low. Maybe I should have played the Dreadhound. But then I don't know what these 3 cards are. Well, let's see. Do you have counter magic? Nope. Depending on how they blocked, they weren't necessarily dead. I think they would go to 1 if they killed like our whole board on the blocks and blocked smartly. But I wasn't paying that close attention. Like, you'd have to watch the clip and think about that one. I know there was one instance where I was watching some stream and it's like, oh, is the opponent dead or not dead? And And it depends on how priority worked on the stack, where the opponent could have potentially won. Like, basically, it depended on the turn in which they went off. And because they chose to kind of play defensively, they ended up losing, where if they did it on, like, the one turn, they would have won. Poo-poo. I mean, this is a 2-2, but it's a 2-2 that I think I'd rather just draw 2 cards and take 5 damage. Well, 7 damage. Knowing that I can then play this guy on the crackback. But I have nothing better to do, so I might as well trade it off. That's not good. Alright. That's not good. We even shuffled our deck, and all the lands are somehow still at the bottom. I can play 2 creatures. Well, that's fine. So yeah, he pays the mana to make it so that something can't block if he wants to. Or he can outright kill something, I guess, if he wants to use the Searing Blaze that way. Or Searing Fire, or whatever it's called, out of the yard. Sacred Fire. Okay. Honestly, I'm okay with that because I need a land. Bingo. Again, if he wants to pay the mana so that it doesn't block, that eats a chunk of his mana. Okay. Go to 5. So I go to 1. A very, very, very dangerous one. If I throw my Decayed guys away, blah, blah. Throw my Decayed guys away. I think we're tight on cards, so it wouldn't matter. Oh! Fiddle Faddle. I still want to gain the life. I meant to try to get 2 1/1s. Because I was trying to calculate if I could draw a card, but I only got the life gain off of it. Which is okay. Like, it's okay. But it's like, damn it, I should have 2 1/1 tokens here that could just chump. Or cause problems. Because again, the way he uses his mana to be like, oh, that thing can't block, is then like, alright, that's how you want to use your mana, but okay, well, you only get in for 3, so I go to 2. The thing is, we have to play. We have to always hold up blockers now, and at least 4 of them if he wants to make sure that 2 things can't block. Well, it can still block, is the problem. Okay. Block. Block. Okay. Run that out. I'm not going to play anything because the Flesh Taker can actually gain us enough life to live. Mm-hmm. He doesn't gain us that much life, but it's one of those things. Another candle trap. Okay. I mean, I know what we left on top. Are you going to block? Good. Sure. Why not? Now I'm tapped down, but he has to do 4 damage. So once again, we open ourselves up, eat a blocker. But eating a blocker is not the end of the world. That's actually a good one. I don't think we need to play around Lunar Frenzy. And you know what? If they have it, they have it. But this is where it becomes, okay, I think we have this game. Yep. Because no matter how if they didn't hold up a blocker, we just swing in and win the following turn. And if they keep trying to barrel in, then 1/1 token eats it. Bites the dust. And we still have Coven. Either way, you block in a way that you have Coven. It's kind of like, don't I? I don't know. I'm not paying that close attention. Like I'm just churning through the games. That's all I'm doing. Alright, next match. Sorry, it's like there's only so much to say. At the same time, I mean, I am somewhat depressed and dealing with, you know, the war in my head of, oh, good for you, but you had to burn that just to keep your festival crusher alive. Either way, I'm going to get your festival crasher. You have your own Cathar Commando, that's fine. Cool. Take it. Take it, take it, take it, my man. I'm just going to get a swamp and pass. Nope. Goes in exile. They went all out on the... on Angelic Fire on the... which is why I first picked the card that we first picked in the draft, which I believe was Demon Dog. We first picked Demon Dog over Angelic Fire. Yeah, because our deck box art is Demon Dog. So, good old Demon Dog here. We first picked it over the card that, that we just, in the deck that we just beat. Because it's just more versatile. Black pairs with all these other things, and, that's, if they want to, they were uber aggressive, and could easily have taken us down to 8, but that you only have one creature. And it's like, okay, it's a 7/5. I probably could deal with a 7/5 at some point. Aside from, I was holding the Olivia's Midnight Ambush and played that perfectly. But even without that Midnight Ambush, it's like, I'm sure we would have been able to deal with it one way or the other. By sheer volume of throwing creatures in the way, or, eating it by flipping between day and night. Because I just needed to be able to cast 2 creatures, and then I could have exiled it underneath the Cathar. And then maybe they would have been like, okay, I just have to remove the Cathar and I get 2 creatures. And it's not as easy as it seems on paper, but, well, that's annoying. Because that actually can kill the Cathar for 3 mana. And it's like, no, that's no fun. I don't like that card, Sam I Am. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them in a box with a fox. I do not like them. I will not eat them here or there. I will not eat them anywhere. I do not like them, Sam I Am. I do not like green eggs and ham. So we're going to lose to a Teferi deck. How lovely. I mean, I can get rid of the zombie token, even though that's like the least of our concerns. Yeah, it only does creatures. It's not like, what's its face? The Skyclave Apparition? That eats anything and everything. So because we got a land, I'm going to do that, just because it forces the issue on the Silver Bolt, potentially. Cost 3 mana to activate Silver Bolt. Which you can now use, I guess. Come on, come on. Got it, okay. That's fine. Awesome. That's a ward of 1. So we can pay the ward of 1. Bah. Bah. Pay 1. We made them have it. Just gonna get a plains. The zombie can't block. The Scawbrangler can. But I play the Duelcraft and I have Coven, so tapping it down does you no good. Because I untap in my untap step. Because I remember reading the Teferi and being like, oh, it just taps something down, like, for a while. And it's like, it doesn't really. Because, see, I just untap in my untap step. Now then. Do we think one of these cards is a Revenge of the Drowned? In which case, maybe I don't want to play out the Duelcraft Trainer. But let's play it out and see what happens. Target. Of course. Yeah. Yep. Okay. There's a method to my madness. I mean, I'm going to play this as hard as I can to beat this Teferi. But I pretty much read them on that Revenge of the Drowned, but I forced him to have it. What more can I do other than be like, you got it? Okay, you do. Oh well. Rite of Oblivion is straight up removal, and that would get the Teferi off the board. Because Teferi is our problem. Well, Teferi and the Scawbrangler are the two biggest issues here. I don't care about the Decayed tokens. The Decayed tokens interact with the Scawbrangler, but I don't care about them. I can Blood Pact. If I hit a land, I can then Brutal Cathar the Scawbrangler. And then it's just a matter of, do we hit something? Like, we're going to take some damage, but damage is the least of our concerns. We can win this kind of a match. Land. Got it. Okay. Cathar. Get it out. You can tap down, you can swing for a bunch of damage, but with that off the battlefield, you at least can't tap me down any further. Ah! Okay. Never mind. They seemingly have everything in their blue-white control deck. Because this, let's face it, we're just going against blue-white control here. And there's jack and shit that we can do. I can Clarion Cathar to get rid of the borrowed time. Or not Clarion Cathar, but the Cathar Commando, that card, to get rid of borrowed time. If I can draw it, which I can't. Which I can't. Okay. Okay. You tap one thing down. And it's going to be that card. It resolves. And then you can tap another thing down, and you can tap another thing down with Teferi. So whichever direction you want to go on that front, you're more than welcome to. Because you have me at 7. And I'm stuck. I can dig for enchantment removal. I can dig for life gain, because that would be life gain and draw a card. If I got the Sunset Revelry and get 2 tokens. Like, all 3 modes would trigger. Timely reinforcements would help keep us in the game. But the Cathar Commando may be just what we need. Because Cathar Commando is draw a card. Okay. I get to see what's on the top of my deck, and I didn't want that land. I know I didn't want that land. Okay. Uh, 5 and 9. Yep. I needed one more. He did everything right. Oh well. Blue-white control, everybody. Apparently you can draft it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, we needed that guy. I mean, using it on the Skaab Wrangler on turn 2, I believe, is what we did, and that was the right decision. It's just they had the answer. They were able to bring it back, and or they had another one. It's not like I was actively. Or no, we got it with the Cathar, so they killed the Brutal Cathar, and that's how they got it back. But the time at which I used it, I know was okay. You don't necessarily want to run out of Teferi if they're playing Teferi. Search party captain. Sure. That's kind of a waste considering I can't get that spell back, but I mean, all they did was draw a card off of it. Let's see. Alright, cool. I can get a lot of value off of that, but let's just be aggressive. Considering only one of those is coming back this turn, if that's the play. We don't know that that's the play, but if that's the play. And at the very minimum, we can take them to 11. Triskaidekaphile. Okay. And alright. It hit us land. So I'm okay with that. It's not the end of the world. It's not a winning situation either, but it's not the end of the world. Replacement, replacement, replacement effect. Can only block creatures with flying. Ah. Yes. In the sense that 7 lands are the magic number here. But only in that sense. Well, whoop-de-doo. That doesn't do anything. I untap as normal. Okay, you should have declared the block first, but you do you. I guess your logic here is to be like, oh, well, I'll double block and triple block and kill it, I guess. But then not put anything in front of the Flesh Taker? Okay, you lose. Yeah, you just realized that. Good job. Okay, so... Whoops! A double strike. 4-power creature that hasn't sacked anything. But look at that. We got a 7x, baby. Another 7x. That's a sight to behold when it comes to us streaming. And it was just these two Flesh Takers really in the dual craft, if you ask me. On that one. I mean, this is a good card. It's removal. Like, that just, if so long as you keep flipping, it's good removal. But that was just an overall good, just well-balanced win. Because, I mean, Ritual of Hope won us a game. Sunset Reveille kept us in a couple games. Flesh Taker played a big part in it. And definitely, like, Dualcraft Trainer, like, put in some work. We only won one game off the Dreadhound, but again, it was still the right pick there in Pack 1, Pick 1 over the Angelic Intervention. But yeah, I got our buy-in back, our 250 gems, or 2,200 gems. Oh, I need 3 more. Boo! I don't really want to. I'll just draft again to get the 3 packs that I need for that. But what was I gonna do? I was also mid-thought. Oh, right. Yeah, I was just gonna pull up try to find that card. Angelic Intervention, Angelic Fire, something like that. It's a Boros card. I wouldn't be shocked if it was played in like Boros Standard, because this is what I've been running in Boros Standard. Not that I've played a ton of Standard, let alone Boros, because I know that it's a lot of Epiphany decks. Angel Fire Ignition was the card that we passed on for the Demon Dog. Angel Fire Ignition. But like that one and Rem Carlos and Sunrise Cavalier are basically the cards. If a spell would deal damage to opponent to me or another permanent, prevent that damage, so it's anti-burn, but it's just a 2/3, so you can point a bolt at it, which is why it's not good in Modern. No siree. Those are cores and spirits and so on and so forth. If you can make tokens that don't specifically state human, I mean, they go really well with Winota. I mean, Winota rotated, but you know what I mean. But that's why Winota's really good with werewolves. Because it's just a werewolf on the back, so long as you're attacking with the werewolf on the back, it gets the human side and it's already flipped. But Innistrad just misses out on the cutoff for Pioneer, I do believe. Well, I know it misses out on the Pioneer cutoff, but by how much, I'm not sure. Because it's Return to Ravnica Forward, and Innistrad was, I want to say, 2011? Possibly 2012? But anyway, I'm not playing any games, as you can see, so look at me ranting and raving, and I'll give you one historic game, because I like to give you guys one historic game. But we 7x'd. So look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Innistrad was September 30th, 2011. So yeah, I was right. So it came out in 2011. It was succeeded by Dark Ascension, which was 2012. Avacyn Restored was also, or Avacyn Restored. Avacyn's Avacyn Restored. Sorry. The symbol is Avacyn's collar, but Avacyn Restored was May 4th, 2012. So only a few months. That actually wasn't too bad. But then, was it New Phyrexia that was after that? I'm just ignoring my mulligan decision here. Clearly. It's fine. It's not, I mean, it's not amazing. But it's fine. So, Innistrad, Dark Ascension, Avacyn Restored. Yeah, no, Return to Ravnica. So the whole Innistrad block is right before the cutoff for Pioneer. So yeah, there's no... You don't get... You might as well just take the Consider, and then I have nothing. No fuel for my fire. Oh, well, okay. You do you, Betty. You do you. But that's kind of a shame. Excuse me. Because I think the Innistrad Werewolves would do well in Pioneer, and some of those werewolf-adjacent cards. The only downside is everything else in Innistrad block, which is Liliana of the Veil and Snapcaster Mage. Yes, I got it anyway. Thwack. I hit you with my Insectile Aberration. Jeff Goldblum. Life, finds a way. Oh my. I discard a Phoenix then. I mean, you're helping me by making me discard. But you got it, boss. I can't pull it out of my graveyard on their turn, because it's at the beginning of my combat. Sure, you got Valurus. And you have another Dragon's Rage Channeler. So you're going to beat me down with Dragon's Rage Channelers. Well, let's see what's on top. Decline. Hand. Library. Exile. No attacks. Because I just block and eat a Dragon's Rage Channeler. Granted, you're gonna... Oh, of course. Of course. poop. Anger the gods, I suppose. Gets him another Dragon's Rage Channeler. Cool. Well, there's a Lightning Axe. That's something. So I can... Lightning Axe... It doesn't really work, but it kind of works. Oh, man. Yeah. I didn't know I still had to pay the alternative cost. I suppose I would have just gone for the Consider in that case. But lesson learned. Damage, damage, damage. Damage, damage, damage. Damage, damage, damage. Damage, damage, damage. Damaging creatures, damaging creatures. Oh my. Well, we'll give it a shot. And that's about what it boils down to. I mean, we'll keep this going as long as we can, but the reality of it is that, you know, we have 2 sweepers. And we'll use them if we have to. But it's just, if I can keep chipping in for a couple points of damage, like, I will. I'll whittle them as much as I can. And behold. Alright. Here we go. Nope. And... kinda sorta nope. But, yeah. Let's just do that. Because I need this land. Potentially. And having backup sweeper is, again, potentially very good. Alright. Let's see what we get. Oh, hello. And library. Exile. Me casting 2 spells doesn't do us any good. That's the awkwardness of iteration. If Gutshot was legal in Historic. Oh, but if Gutshot was legal in Historic, oh, that would be... I don't think it would be broken, but just... You already have some Phyrexia mana, pardon me, in the form of... whatchamadiggit. The one Jumpstart Horizons card, and then the other one... It's not Vault Scourge. Or is it Vault Scourge? Maybe it is Vault Scourge. But I know that there's the one that's a bug. But it's a 0/1 that pumps your team. It's like I'm trying to think, oh, if I can pull all of the original Affinity deck out of my butt and remember it, like, that would be great. But I probably can't. No hand attack. Well, if the play is to just be controlling and like attack my hand and whatnot while you enable delirium, like if that's just the play, then I don't think I'm worried about that. Like this was me doing what I had to. If we hit land and a spell, or I can just say, you know what, and keep the board clear. So spell, library. So there we go. They haven't shown any interest in our graveyard. Now I assume that's because you're going to instant speed do the see, I'm bad at remembering the names of the cards, but it's the Theros one with escape. Seer Step Pathway. Oh my. This is a situation where removing the Darcy, the DRC last turn was probably a mistake because I could then be sitting here with a bunch of Phoenixes. Because I'd still have a target. Fine. But as things currently stand, I don't have a target. Because it was expressive iteration, or it was looting, excuse me, into, for 3. I cast the one creature. Yeah, fine. I don't think he was going to take it necessarily, but whatever. Like, I'm still going to get a Consider and a Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. So I just need to hit a 3rd spell. So yeah, you Inquisition it away. Sure. But you left me with an anger. Okay, what do we hit? What do we hit? What do we hit? I assume they actually are playing with Extinction Event. Or something that makes it a blowout. It does nothing. But I get 9 power on the battlefield. drains me for 3. Consider. Yeah. Maybe, because it's like you could see what you hit, but the issue is, like, Unholy Heat, I don't have a target for it. Okay. That still happens. Bolting me for 3 a turn only does so much. The thing is, I need to hit 2 spells. So I need to hit... Well, that's a spell, alright, but... As long as I draw something... I mean, I'm having to play like a Jund player here and 1-for-1ing our opponent, which is not ideal. Oh, okay. My graveyard's gone. Well played. I guess. Sure. Mountain. That was a hell of a card. But you didn't use it before, so I don't know. Whether you top decked it or what. It's kind of frustrating. Crackling Drake would be a good draw. Because Crackling Drake can step in front of the Croak, so. Nope. Nada. Well, we can survive at 1. Potentially. Because I go to discard with this, and I can't do anything with it at that point. Because it's literally draw 2 and then pitch 2, and it only matters if I have a card that I can discard, which I don't have a card I can discard to it. I will this turn, but I won't be able to cast the Crackling Drake. Oh, okay, cool. Rakdos beat us, guys. Sorry. Anyway. Again, that was just to give you, a historic game after our 7x, 7-2 draft. But we got to say, I'm excited. Like, we got to 7-2. Like, that's pretty awesome. Like, how we don't do that very often. How often do we do it? Not very often. That's the answer to that question. Open the vault. Now it's down to just 288. Woo! Complete collection over here. But anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for viewing. Elysian, Droop Dog, Lara Croft, Zoibe_Devil, capital MTG is the Facebook channel. Remember to like, comment, and share videos off of there. We also have the YouTube, Zoibe_Devil, and of course here on Twitch. Hopefully you're watching me on all 3, or maybe just 1. I don't know, but I appreciate the support and whatnot. Like I say, I am dealing with stuff. So, again, I'll ask that question. Do you take a job that you hate just because you're going to make money? Or do you prefer to be a little happier and sane by working a job that you might like a little bit more? I'm going to still ask that question because, yeah, I was very anxious and, borderline suicidal last night. So that's why I'm asking that question. But anyway, again, I'll just sign off. There's no point in rambling on about that one to you guys. But you're more than welcome to interact with chat, and looks like the microphone's working. I hope it is. But I see the little, sound thing moving. Whee! So thank you very much. And again, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you. And catch you next time, whenever that is. I don't know. I honestly don't know.